these threats and intimidation are not stopped, there is an appropriate time for the National Guard.
So, as a current officer in the National Guard, I am not allowed to talk about this issue. However, what I am going to do is sit here and read publicly domained information about your First Amendment right and your freedom of speech, and also read publicly domained information about the National Guard. So, the reason why I cannot talk about anything or express my opinion is due to the Hatch Act. And the Hatch Act states a covered employee may not engage in political activity while the employee is on duty in a federal room or building while wearing a uniform or official insignia.
Sure, that's why I said my prayers go out to the first lady that works for the military. Listen, man, I'm not sure which the army, what she works in, but she's in service and she was giving us, like, if you go back to the beginning, you will see what I'm talking about. Like, yo, she was bringing awareness, and I said my prayers go out to her because while she's on duty, she is not supposed to be talking about nothing, and she did. She's risking a lot. Like, she is what you consider a whistleblower, and I said they getting bolder and bolder. Yeah, she risked it all, and what's crazy is people don't even see that part.
Or using any federally owned or leased vehicle. For example, the employee may not post a comment to a blog or social media site that advocates for or against a partisan political party, the candidate for a partisan political office, or partisan political group. I will state that as an officer in the Army National Guard, I did take an oath which states that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And would you know it? That a part of the Constitution, there are the amendments. And the First Amendment provides that Congress make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting its free exercise. It protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And if any service members are watching this, that there is also the Uniform Code of Military Justice, in which states while the Uniform Code of Military Justice demands obedience to the lawful orders of a superior commissioned officer or governing body, it equally demands disobedience when the order is given illegally. And that orders that violate established laws and regulations or the UCMJ or Uniform Code of Military Justice are not binding. And would you know it? That intentionally directing attacks against the civilian population as such or against individual civilians not taking part in direct hostilities is a war crime, as well as intentionally directing attacks against civilian objects, that is, objects that are not military objectives, is a war crime. So, I hope that shed some light on the situation, that I was able to read from you publicly domained materials.